In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin metrics line up bull signals with 60,600 Bitcoin price level to beat. And quoting Max Kaiser, Bitcoin price can never stay suppressed by a financier cartel because it has the capacity and destiny to swallow the whole $400 trillion global financial asset market. There will always be a breakaway player riding this upswing, breaking any attempt at a cartel. Touche. We'll also be discussing Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says AI should have crypto wallets. What would this look like? We'll also be discussing Bitcoin miners may gain $13.9 billion yearly from a 20% shift to AI and HPC, according to asset management giant VanEck. We'll also be discussing crypto analyst doubts Bitcoin dominance is going back up to 70%. We'll also be discussing Trump now holds over $1 million worth of cryptocurrency despite once calling it a scam. We'll also be discussing a bullish prediction from ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood. She says Bitcoin can soar 5,830% by 2030. I'll be sharing this bold prediction along with the timeline and how she arrived at this number. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead and subscribe to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Also very important, hit the bell icon, turn on the notifications so you actually get notified each and every day when I go live. Very important because I switch the time up from time to time. For example, tomorrow I am streaming at 12 p.m. And if you don't turn notifications on, you probably will never know and miss the show, and you don't want that to happen. Today is pod episode number 1734. I'm your host, JV. It's August 18th, 2024. Happy Sunday, fun day. Lots to share here with you in the markets. So let's kick it. You can see Bitcoin climbing, looking to retest 60 G's, a major psychological resistance. But let's kick it with our market watch, as we do each and every day. I got Coin 360 pulling up here on the screen. Any moment we should see green. And there we go. Bitcoin at roughly 59.9 on Coin 360, up 0.5% on the day. Ether back in the green, up 2%, trading just shy of 2,700. We got Solana, we got XRP, we got Cardano, and most of the major cryptos pumping and in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, fam. The current crypto market cap sits at 2.11 trillion, and you already know 11 is a very divine number, hence there's an 11 on the jersey. We got roughly 42 billion worth of volume past 24 hours, volume up 11.5%, with the Bitcoin dominance at 55.9%, a small decline from yesterday, with the ETH dominance maintaining at 15.2%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers. For the past 24 hours, we got Sats leading the pack, up 9%. We got Conflux, up 6%. We got Gala, up 6%. We got the DYDX, up 5.55%. And let me know which alts, if any, you're most bullish on for the bull. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. You can see the majority of the market back in the green, which we love to see. I would guesstimate maybe 85% of the market in the green on the daily. And zooming out on the monthly for a broader perspective, unfortunately, 95% of the market, wreck city, womp womp. The only ones actually in the green are Sats, Zcash, Aave, and HN to the motherfucking T. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're at 31 fear. Yesterday we were at 25 extreme fear. And what do I always point out? Whenever we're in extreme fear, that means a pump is due. So let's pump it up. Last week was a 39 and last month a 60 in greed. So there you have it. My crypto fam, let me know where you feel. Price action will take us next. Anyways, fam, now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. We'll also be checking out some of the live charts and see where that price action likely to take us next. This particular headline reads, Bitcoin metrics lining up, bull signals with 60,600 Bitcoin price level to beat. That's right. Check it. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Bitcoin sought to reclaim 60 G's, baby, into the August 18th weekly close as out of hours Bitcoin price action saw strength. And you can see we're escalating. Let's see if we can break above family during the stream. Trading views showed new local highs. Oh, we already tapped it. Nice. 60,271 already on Bitstamp on the day, which is the high. And despite the absence of traditional market traders, Bitcoin slowly edged higher throughout the weekend while the price indicators hinted at continued upside to come. Analyzed in the Ikimoku cloud on the daily time frame, popular trader Titan of crypto flagged the key bullish crossover, setting the Bitcoin up for an upwards run. Quoting the analyst here, BTC just closed the candle above the Tenkan and is now eyeing a Kijun reclaim. It's like he's speaking Japanese, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Titan of crypto referred to the classic TK crossover, an event on the Ikimoku chart that traders look for as a sign of an imminent upside breakout. And as you can see, the level to watch right now is 60 Gs, baby, right where we're at. The post additionally noted a bullish cross for the moving average divergence, convergence, convergence, divergence, the MACD, which measures the interplay between the two moving averages to determine the buy and sell points, quoting Alan Terragrade. Bitcoin has a very high chance of pumping again soon. You can say that again. I mean, every day we got a very high chance of pumping again soon, just pointing out the obvious. And continuing, we had Rec Capital reiterate that 60,600 was now the ideal level for the bulls to clinch at the weekly close. So all eyes right now on 60,600. We're roughly only $600-700 away. And we got a couple of hours before the weekly close, family. Let me know if you think we'll hit it. And in doing so, the price would win back its post-halving reaccumulation range lost during the snap trip to 6-month lows earlier back in August, quoting Rec Capital alongside the chart. It would also signal the end of its downside deviation bargain period below the reaccumulation range, which you can see in the chart in the orange circle, as the analyst pointed out. A further post added a countdown to a more intense period of the price growth using the past cycles as a guide, quoting Rec Capital again. Bitcoin is approximately 125 days after the halving. Bitcoin tends to break out in a parabolic phase of the cycle some 160 days after the halving, which is obviously very clear from previous cycles. If history repeats, Bitcoin could be just over a month away from a breakout. That's late September. So let me know. I mean, we still got a couple of weeks left here in the month of August before we hit September. And then we have the fourth quarter, October, November, December. I am very optimistic and bullish personally for fourth quarter, family. I think 6Gs is inevitable. Not investment advice. Everything you hear on this stream, take with a grain of salt. This is for entertainment purposes only. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, before we look at the live charts, he says Bitcoin price can never stay suppressed by a financier cartel because it has the capacity and the destiny to swallow the whole 400 trillion total addressable market. He refers to it as the global financial asset market. There will always be a breakaway player riding this upswing, breaking any attempt at a cartel. That's right. The more you attack the biddy, the stronger we all become as a network. So how do you like those apples, haters? And check this out. El Salvador has now mined 474 Bitcoin worth $29 million using volcano-fueled geothermal power. Bitcoin volcano energy. Don't get no more lit than that. And as Saifedean Amis points out, your groceries aren't becoming more expensive. Your money is becoming less valuable. Your supermarket is not the problem. Your central bank is. Only Bitcoin fixes this. And it's a great point because all the politicians are now like, your grocery stores are to blame for their price gouging. No, they're not. They have very thin margins. It's the money printer from the Federal Reserve that creates the inflation. Don't get it twisted. And as pointed out here, there are 8 billion people on the planet. 1 in 25,000 people own one Bitcoin. I'll repeat, 1 in 25,000 people own one Bitcoin. And here you can see with the Bitcoin balance on the left, you can see where you're at, how many bitties are in your wallet. You can see how many addresses, just really good data I wanted to share with you. And then at the bottom, it shows you addresses richer than $1. You got 46 million Bitcoin addresses, richer than $100, 21 million addresses, richer than $1,000, 10 million addresses, richer than $10,000, 3.3 million, richer than 100,000. We have 613,000, richer than a million, only 109,000 wallets, and richer than 10 million, only 10,227 wallets on planet Earth have over $10 million worth of the biddy inside. Pretty interesting data, right? Now let's check out some of the live chart action, Jackson. As you can see, things are crack-a-lacking on the 1 hour chart. So many targets, I don't even know where to begin. But let me switch the scene to make it clean for you guys here. So you can see we're just above 59,700 via TradingView, brought to, I should say, Coinbase via TradingView. And we do have a big blue target sitting at 76,708, which would take us obviously to price discovery mode, which is currently at 73.8, which we captured back in mid March. And we do also have a bottom target all the way down at 41,600 on the 1 hour chart. You can see on your screen. Zooming out to the 4 hour, the power hour. And as you can see, we're making a way to retest 60 Gs, and we're so close right now. There's no targets in particular to share here, but let's zoom out on the daily. The daily chart shows we've had 3 green consecutives. Not too shabby. Looking to re-break above 60, but we do have a target. You can see in the pink at $47,700. And zooming out a little broader, we'll check out the weekly. We still have the sexy cup and handle pattern with a massive target of 125,500. My optimism tells me we hit 125,000, smashing the cup and handle target here on the 1 hour, or I'm sorry, on the 1 week chart, before the end of the year. I think it'll happen in fourth quarter, but hey, let me know your thoughts. And then zooming out, we'll check out the monthly for a broader perspective. And as you can see, that's where we're at. No particular target, but we did have the 7 green consecutive monthly candle closes, and it's been red, green, red, green, red, and let's see if we can hit it with a green. Let me know your thoughts, family, but that's the latest TA. I want to know where you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. Next story of the day. Let's discuss a very interesting topic. It kind of piqued my interest. Coinbase CEO, Brian Armstrong, Mr. Clean. AI should have crypto wallets. This is like a interesting concept. So let's discuss this. We know how big AI is, right? Crypto exchange Coinbase recently launched an artificial intelligence accelerator grant program to award $3,000 to 5 projects focused on combining AI with crypto wallets. How much is Coinbase worth? How many billions? It's kind of ironic. They're giving $3,000 awards. Interesting. But anyways, I digress. According to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, large language models, LLMs, the technology behind the AI systems such as OpenAI's ChatGPT and Anthropic's Claude could accomplish finance-related tasks if properly equipped, as he outlines here on X. Quoting him here, LLMs should have crypto wallets. Let's help AI agents get work done on your behalf and participate in the economy. Now, could you imagine AI stacking the biddies on their own? Pretty crazy. Who thought about that when we were contemplating game theory? Coinbase engineering lead Yuga Kohler posted the demo of the AI wallet feature to X on August 12th. In the demo, Kohler demonstrates a scenario where an organization is paying people to participate in human feedback sessions to train an image recognition model. The system prompts Kohler to choose the image he thinks is best from 3 pictures. Once he makes his selection and thus fulfills his task of helping to train the AI, the model can send his payment directly to his crypto wallet. So it's like get paid directly in a crypto. This scenario evokes a bit of Amazon's Mechanical Turk, wherein humans are paid for completing simple tasks online. However, there's a number of conceivable use cases for giving an AI system the ability to conduct and receive wallet transactions. Let's discuss the developer incentives. The Coinbase developer platform announced this $15,000 accelerator grant program to explore those use cases. And according to the Coinbase website, the company is looking for a useful bot built using the LLM that can connect to the Coinbase multi-party computation wallets. And as per Coinbase, the grant is designed to test the waters of AI-induced economic applications. Quoting them here. A major barrier to building useful applications with AI is that AI agents can't get a bank account to send receive automated payments. Building on-chain fixes this. Those interested in applying for the grants have until September 5th to submit their applications. So there you have it, yo. AI taking over the world. Man, humans merging with AI. I know that's one of the agendas. I think it's very clear. It's kind of freaky and crazy, but nonetheless, that's the crazy world we're living in, fam. But our next story, let's discuss Bitcoin miners in this $13.9 billion. Headline reads, Bitcoin miners may gain $13.9 billion yearly from a 20% shift to AI and HBC. Almost sounds like STD. So let's see what HPC stands for, family. Interesting. So yeah, Bitcoin miners have the opportunity to potentially generate around $14 billion in additional yearly revenue if they partially transition to providing energy to the artificial intelligence and high performance computing sector. Okay, so for clarity here, HPC means high performance computing by 2027. According to investment firm Van Eck, quoting them here in the report, AI companies need energy and Bitcoin miners, they have it. Bitcoin miners generally have bad balance sheets, either because of too much debt too much share insurance, too much executive compensation, or some combination of all three? Van Eck estimates that if the publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies shifted 20% of their energy capacity to the AI and the HPC by 2027, total additional yearly profits could exceed an average of $13.9 billion per year over 13 years. As pointed out here, Bitcoin miners' potential value boost from the AI conversion at the current valuations. And you can see the different miners as well here on the left. Now, the comments follow recent claims by investment firm Carisdale Capital, calling the Bitcoin mining industry an industry of snake oil salesmen. The firm claimed that in its current form, Bitcoin mining firms are not viable business models and as a result, deliberately dilute, quoting them here. They issue shares, they take those shares to invest in the business, but there are no returns, according to Sam, Chief Investment Officer of Carisdale Capital. Meanwhile, Van Eck noted that the benefit of the Bitcoin miners entering into such contracts is that AI companies are usually willing to provide the financial resources needed for capital expenditure. Core Scientific, the fourth largest Bitcoin miner by hash rate, recently landed a 12-year contract by AI hyperscaler CoreWeave. This deal is expected to generate $3.5 billion in revenue by supplying 200 megawatts of infrastructure. Meanwhile, Canadian miner Hive Digital Tech has continued expanding its facilities to offer the HPC services to companies in the gaming, AI, and graphics rendering industries, according to its fourth quarter 2023 report. Meanwhile, Van Eck's report comes amid a challenging year for the Bitcoin miners following the Bitcoin halving, which cut mining rewards from 6.25 BTC to 3.125 for adding the block to the blockchain. Now, as reported, United States listed Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital recently reported revenue of $145 million in the second quarter, roughly 9% lower than the $157 million the analysts had anticipated. And on April 8th, just prior to the Bitcoin halving, the CryptoQuant CEO estimated that the cost of mining using the Antminer S19 XPs would rise from 40 Gs to 80 Gs after the Bitcoin halving mid-April. And at this time, Bitcoin is trading just shy of 60 Gs, baby. Dead in the middle of little Italy. Little did we know that we riddles the middleman who didn't do diddly. Rest in peace, Big Pun. So let's just get right into our next story of thy day, shall we? Let's discuss the Bitcoin dominance. One analyst says Bitcoin won't return to 70% dominance this cycle. Let's break it down, shall we? As you can read in the headline, crypto analyst doubts Bitcoin dominance is going back up to 70% again. So this is a level we haven't reached since December of 2020, just FYI, before the asset price surged approximately 220% within 3 months. Now, can someone run the math? If we surged 220% again from 60,000, where would that take us? I'm going to speculate 60, 120, 180. That'd probably be like 180,000 plus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Quoting the David Lin report from August 17th. I don't think it is going back up to 70%. My target for Bitcoin dominance has been 60%. We're not too far from there now, family. Let me know if you agree with that. Now, Cohen explained that during the major alt seasons, such as the one of 2021, the Bitcoin dominance, which is the ratio of the Bitcoin market cap to the entire crypto market, tends to decline, but slowly, returning to its previous level after the breakdown. However, this cycle, he is more confident that even when the Bitcoin reaches the peak dominance, it won't attract that same level seen in the past, quoting him here. I think there is room for Ether and many other cryptocurrencies. Well, something interesting, ETH dominance has been declining since, obviously, they just had their ETF approved and launched. And ironic, the dominance has been dropping pretty significantly. Right now, it's barely holding on to 15%, just FYI. Cohen believes that the Bitcoin will make the final move towards 60,000 as early as September next month, 2 weeks away, or as late as December. I think I agree with that sentiment. I think we surpassed 60% sometime between September and December as well. Let me know if you agree. Now, Bitcoin dominance is currently 57%, according to TradingView. Obviously, depending upon what data source you're using, it's going to vary. So, for example, on CoinMarketCap, it's probably 55 to 56% right now, but it's already 57 plus up on TradingView. However, synonymous crypto trader Calio recently told his followers that the Bitcoin dom may have already peaked, quoting him here. I feel fairly confident that the cycle top for the Bitty dominance has already peaked at around 57%, he says. Don't quite hit the 60% I was expecting, which is a good thing because that would have been painful. They added, Calio believes that the real reason alt season begins when Bitcoin dominance falls below 50%. Traders often look for signs of the Bitcoin dominance peaking as a signal to sell the biddy and shift capital into the alternative assets, better known as the alts. In December of 2020, Bitcoin dominance reached 70%. Whoa! Before the price surged around 220% to 61 G's, baby, back on March 2021. 4 months later, according to CoinMarketCap, Cohen noted the Bitcoin dom was trickier in 2024 than in 2019 when it peaked slightly above 71% because the stablecoin market cap was significantly lower back then. Cohen recommends combining Bitcoin DOM with crypto stablecoin Tether dominance to calculate your flight to safety dominance. Wow, it's a metric I've never heard. Flight to safety dominance. In a August 17th interview, he explained that the combined figure is about 63%, similar to the level in June of 2019 before the United States Federal Reserve cut the interest rates. And at this time, the combined dominance of USDT and Bitcoin is 63+%. And USDT clearly being the largest stablecoin and the first stablecoin in the crypto market. Next story of the day, we discussed the 70% dominance. Now let's discuss Donald Trump has over $1 million worth of crypto. I think he's worth, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I read 5-6 billion, his net worth. Obviously not crypto, just regular wealth, maybe combined total of fiat and real estate and whatever the heck he's invested in. But nonetheless, this is interesting. Trump now holds over $1 million in crypto, despite calling it a scam one time. That's right. It appears Trump's financial landscape has changed drastically. He was a vocal critic of crypto, but now he has large assets in Ethereum, as well as other digital currencies. And he is also a whole coiner because he was gifted a whole Bitcoin at the Nashville, Tennessee conference on stage right before he spoke. How many of you saw that? It was pretty lit. So he is a whole coiner. Recent disclosures reveal Trump possesses between 1 million and 5 million in Ethereum alone. A change in his financial portfolio reflects a general transformation in his attitude towards the crypto world, which he used to describe up now as a scam. And here's his actual wallet, maybe one of many wallets, who really knows, but you can see how much he has in ETH, wrapped ETH, Trog, whatever these ish coins are. I've never even heard of some of them. But there you go. It lays out the entire wallet. Now, while being president, Trump was never in reserve about his aversion to crypto. He even warned they would make it easier for illegal activities to be done and that they are not real money. Quoting him back from 2019 in a tweet, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air." And fast forward to today, and we see a different narrative. His latest financial disclosure shows his big investment in Ether, which massively diverted from his views. Trump's campaign has gone as far to begin taking crypto at a fundraising page. I think he was the first presidential candidate to do so. Not sure if RFK beat him to it, but he was one of them, which netted more than 3 million as part of an aggressive effort to connect with young tech-savvy voters, increasingly interested in digital currencies. That's right, because 50 million people in America are crypto folk. And if you don't embrace Bitcoin, then no one's going to vote for you. So he's smart. Trump Jr. recently shared, "We're about to shake up the crypto world with something huge. Decentralized finance is the future. Don't get left behind." And that was on August 7th, a couple of weeks ago. He's ultimately saying they're about to launch a DeFi platform. DeFi stands for decentralized finance. Now, besides Ethereum, Trump has invested in a MAGA theme meme coin called Trump. This token gained traction more so after Trump declared his interest in crypto to the public. And as of May, the Trump token reached an all-time high that again fueled the rise in his general crypto holdings above the 8-figure mark of 10 million, fam. Moreover, his foray into the NFTs has proven extremely profitable. He brought in close to 7 million for himself in licensing fees from 29 NFT collections, featuring his digital images photoshopped to depict him variously in heroic roles. Remember the mugshot collection? That was pretty lit. Even Melania Trump has found a small piece of the action in the NFT space, earning more than $330,000 through her collection, and more than serving to pad Trump's pocketbook, it shows a blending of politics with technology. The changing affiliation of Trump with the asset class indicates strong undercurrents in his upcoming run for the presidency. Here, November 5th, family, right around the corner. And he had promised that if he returned to the presidency, he would establish a national reserve fund for the Bitcoins. Let's go. Which tended to place him as a protector of the crypto community. That could be a true seduction for many voters, with crypto taken as something one can use for financial freedom and innovation. Well, it's the only unconfiscatable money in the world. So good to see him embracing it. It's about time. In recent appearances, Trump expresses his desire that the U.S. be the crypto capital of the planet. This courting by his campaign into the crypto sector is not just making the financial hay, it's a calculated move to rally support from a demographic increasingly feeling alienated by traditional political narratives. 100%. We know the Biden administration is anti-crypto, anti-Bitcoin, and that's why they have their goons, aka the Three Stooges, freaking Gensler, No Claire Gare, Miss Yellen, Binance, and Pocahontas, and the rest of them. Donald Trump's financial reports reveal a wild swing in his approach to crypto, almost like his golf swing, from being a confirmed skeptic all the way to massive investments. This flip-flop has defined the future of his political career, and in fact may define it in the view of crypto in the United States in general, pretty wild, right? He was once a skeptic, once a hater. Even Michael Saylor, it took him a while to come around. Back in 2013, he has an infamous tweet, which you can still find on his X account, and it said, "Bitcoin will suffer the same fate as online gambling." And clearly, online gambling is still doing fantastic, and Bitcoin is up, 70 million %, something insane, since the inception. So you already know, family. Now for our feature story of the day, let's discuss the latest from ARK Invest CEO, Cathie Wood. She says Bitcoin could soar 5,837% by the year 2030. I'll be sharing her timeline, her mathematics, and let's break this prediction down. And shout out to the one and only Cathie Wood. So yeah, the ARK Invest CEO and Chief Investment Officer has set the financial world abuzz with her bullish Bitcoin forecast. Wood boldly predicted that the Bitcoin price would surge 5,837%, reaching a price of $3.8 million per coin by 2030. Only 6 years out. Actually, 5.5 years out, even sexier. Her bullish projection, coupled with the recent resurgence in the market sentiment, is igniting excitement amongst crypto enthusiasts and investors worldwide. Although the 3.8 million price sounds enticing, some are saying there's no way possible. But hey, I know Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom, but let me know your thoughts. Now, launched in 2009, Bitcoin is the world's first digital asset, and it is the prominent token leading the crypto world. In fact, I will dare say, if Bitcoin doesn't succeed, no altcoin has any chance to succeed. So if you're a purist of Bitcoin, of course, you're on Team Bitcoin. And if you're an anti-Bitcoiner and you're only an altcoiner and you're wishing the demise of Bitcoin, and then you're shooting yourself in the foot because your alts are all demised from day one. So, keep that in mind. But anyway, Wood's ambition 3.8 million Bitcoin prediction implies a market cap of around $79 trillion. And according to the author of Yahoo Finance here, whoever wrote the story, they say it's unrealistic by 2030. So what's the total addressable market? Earlier, Max Kaiser pointed out in a tweet, let's take a look here and go back. He says 400 trillion. I've seen estimations from Mikey Saylor that the total addressable market could be close to maybe 900 trillion. I've heard estimates of 700 trillion, but let's just say it's 400 trillion, and let's use Max's math. That's not even 1/4, 39 trillion. So is it possible? I think so. Is it the most likely scenario? Who knows? We don't know the faith of the dollar. 6 years is a long time from now, so keep that in mind. But Wood emphasized the impact of the regulatory clarity on the Bitcoin future with the recent spot Bitcoin ETFs and the approval signifying a regulatory shift and widening the crypto adoption as a whole. Market analysts attribute Bitcoin breaking all-time highs prior to the most recent halving events to the Bitcoin ETF inflows. And additionally, the Ethereum ETF approval is strengthening the narrative of wider adoption. The ETFs have made investing in crypto more accessible for both institutional and retail investors, and BlackRock is killing it being the largest asset manager and the largest holder of Bitcoin through their custodian. Coinbase and Fidelity is not doing so shabby either. The approvals validate crypto's mainstream acceptance and extinguish some of the mistrust over in crypto. Now, Cathie Wood's price projection is undeniably bold and very unlikely given the multitude of factors that would need to play out. Institutional adoption and regulatory change are driving the Bitcoin demand. However, competition and minimal room for growth compared to other cryptos are real challenges that must be considered. Nonetheless, Bitcoin still requires thorough research and understanding of one's risk tolerance prior to investing into the cryptocurrency. And let's see if I can go up here and break down a little bit more of the math, which I guess I looked over. So yeah, pointed out here, Bitcoin has rebounded significantly in the recent weeks, up 20% since the end of June. Currently, Bitcoin is priced at around, currently at the time of this recording, 60,000 with a 1.3 trillion market cap, making up over half of crypto's aggregate market cap, which is approximately, as of today, I think I said 2.11 trillion. So the market cap overall has been on the decline. But I want to know your thoughts on Cathie Wood's ambitious 3.8 million projection and something you have to consider as well. This is her bull scenario. I mean, a while back, I think it was years ago, she came out, made a bold projection or prediction that by the year 2030, she believes, via ARK Invest, that Bitcoin would hit $1 million per coin. And then every so frequently, she's been upping it. And since the Bitcoin ETFs have been so successful this year, since January 11th, since their launch, she's even more optimistic. So this is more recently her making this prediction when she was being interviewed. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's a probability. Obviously, there's no guarantee. Nobody has a crystal magic 8-ball where you can just ask, where will the Bitcoin price be by 2030? But if I was to speculate, I'd say somewhere between $1 and $5 million. And let me tell you why. Hear me out. I think by 2029, we hit the coveted 7-figure mark. Year after the halving, next halving, estimated to be April of 2028. Year following the halving, we typically hit the cycle peak. That's when I think it's most realistic. We hit 7 figures. Depending upon how many multiple 7 figures will depend upon the state of the US dollar. Is it still going to be in existence? Will it be a cashless society? Will it be replaced with a stable coin or a CBDC, which is one of the agendas of the dark forces of evil? You got to let me know your thoughts, family. But anything is possible. Jerry and Timmer of Fidelity has predicted Bitcoin hitting $1 billion. He's the head of macro at Fidelity, a major asset manager. He says $1 billion by 2038. But his core reasoning behind that is hyperinflation of the dollar. What if the dollar suffers the same fate as the whatever is in Argentina? I'm going to assume it's a peso. I'm not 100% sure. Or that Germany currency that got hyperinflated. You know what I mean? So there's so many things that can happen. But one thing is for certain. This cycle we're in is not primarily driven by retail. Previous cycle, 2020 halving, 2021 all-time high peak 69, geez, baby, that was driven purely from retail. This time we have nation state adoption. We got sovereign wealth fund adoption, right? We have the United States potentially having a president that's going to embrace Bitcoin. Whoa, who would have thought or thunketh previous cycle that the United States of America could potentially have a president that will stockpile the bitty? Pretty wild, right? Now, obviously, there's a lot of bullishness. The institutional inflows didn't exist previously. That just started this year as of January. They're already setting record-breaking numbers, right? Breaking all records of ETF inflows thanks to the Bitcoin ETFs. So more and more people are going to get exposure to Bitcoin. It's still overall a very nascent asset class, meaning we're just getting started. It's a mere 1 trillion. So could you see Bitcoin going from 1 trillion market cap to 79 trillion? Like, good Lord, that's roughly 79x, maybe 75x because we're just over $1 trillion, just ballparking it. But it's pretty wild. But anyways, fam, let me know your thoughts with Cathie Wood, ARK Invest CEO, her prediction of her bull scenario hitting 3.8 million. And by what year do you think we're likely to hit it? Holla at your boy, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream.